The world is running nuts. Are we going? Well, let's see. Do I have my web page? 4 ways to run Windows on Linux and blah 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 blah. Absolute Linux. Let's go in here. So, okay, I'm live. So, let's see here. It's the first day of the week. It's after the Sabbath and all that. It's just late there. So, I'm pretty much back to square one in some sense. Having tried these different Linux systems and all that, I'm back to Crunchbang, It's like, I have Crunchbang on one of my USBs, and I just wanted to test in regard to the video thing and all that. I went into Crunchbang again and all that. If I could set Crunchbang up to the, it's just, there's no extra bullshit, Absolute Linux, it's running very smoothly and all that, right? But there's so much, what is it called? There's so much extra this and that and all that. Although, Absolute Linux could, my little speaker, my very small speaker can just be, tuned to really do some incredible sound, even if it's just, very minuscule, that usually doesn't sound very loud. But you can actually, in Absolute Linux, there are tools enough to actually just totally blow it out of the proportions, it's very incredible that when you look, it's like very small speaker, and it actually can do a good amount before distortion in regards of these different applications. But, I tried to delete the games in Absolute Linux, and that was one of the games I just couldn't delete, and sitting there and trying to, but still, it's very smoothly. It's probably one of the smoothest systems, even also compared to this other, what was that? Oh my, I can't remember. It's hard to remember all of them. Which also was one of these lightweight things and all. Oh yeah, but it's very smooth, and I think the CPU is tuned out of the box to maximum instead of all the other nonsense. I have no idea. The same with Crunchbang, or at least the older version probably. I think I had the same problem with the newer version as well on the laptop. It's fixed to preserve energy. Well, if you have a very slow computer already, you're not interested in preserving energy. You're kind of interested to actually having it perform better, right? I have no idea why they would do this nonsense of actually giving you a Linux system that is slower than it actually could be from the beginning. If you want the system to be slower, then you can fix that for yourself. How many wants the system to be slower than it actually is? It's incredible. And I was looking in regards of, I also found out in regards of, at least on some of the Linux distributions, how to tune the graphic cards. On some of the systems, it just doesn't go to maximum. But if you install this thing and all that, and you can actually put it on maximum, so it runs the maximum all the time. Although it's not like you get much out of it. It still have issues with 1080p video. Now, if you download it to the system, as far as I know, you can, at least on Windows 7, you can actually see up to 180p 60 frames per second. Although you lose some frames, but it can still be done. Above that, it's just totally ruins. But of course, if you're running on my website and running the video player and all that, you can't do that. I tried multiple systems, and I was like, oh, I found a video, and I thought it was actually 720p, or what is it called? I can't remember. But anyway, it's just stupid to call it 720p, but that's the standard of the world, right? We went from resolution to these stupid numbers. Anyway, so So, 1080p, in regards to this stupid number, 1080p doesn't work on my slim client. It doesn't matter how much I boost it, whatever I can boost in regards to software. I can boost the CPU, I can boost the graphic, but it just doesn't want to run smoothly on 1080p from my website, which, the video player in itself is kind of pretty heavy, which sadly, has animations and all that, and that doesn't help on things, but of course it has to download things as well. But, so I couldn't really get anything to run smoothly on that level, which is fine. I don't really expect it to. And of course, most of my videos on the website are 720p. That's the default. I don't think you need more than 720p usually. It's only when you have writings or something like that, but comparing to the resolution you're running on sometimes older machines, it doesn't really, if you're running a resolution that is lower than the video, it's just wasted, right? So I just deleted all my, Linux distributions except one. I have Tiny Core, and I do have an absolute Linux installed on one of my hard drives, but I think if I'm going to waste more time, I think I'll waste time on Crunchbang. Maybe I felt pretty good at home again, if I can, at least more home than than these other systems. You don't get all this. You just get Crunchbang. You get the default application. There are some things that could be fixed for sure, and there's a lot of toying around to really get it to where you are at a level where you. But it's very nice to. I usually, or not usually, but I made this system where I had like 5 tabs of windows at the top. I had the first one for the terminal and things of that nature, things file manager, I think also. And then the second one, maybe that was for the file manager, and then number 3 was for browsers, and number 4 was number 4 was for text, and the 5th was for video MP3, I think. Anyway, I set this up in the past, and I also made it actually where they booted up in the beginning, and it was pretty awesome to just turn on the computer and have everything just open up in the beginning, and you had everything at your fingertips. You didn't need to open the application. You had the browser, you had the text, you had your MP3 video, and all of it just opened up at the beginning. And it was working wonderfully. It's just terrible that I went away from that. As a Linux noob, it's just hard to do all these things, and I had some text. I'm not sure if I still have the help text to fix all the Linux things and codes and all that to just try to get up on Linux, but I never really got up on Linux, and it's many years down the line, and I'm still in this terrible thing where I guess maybe I should just bail out on all this technology bullshit. Really, you waste way too much time. It's a battle against you, like the system is a battle against the people, which is more and more visible in these days. And if people can't see it, that's probably because they just go along with it. But more and more are waking up that the system is kind of going against them in regards of what they want, and they're forcing them into, going to the number of 666. We're closing in on more control, and we can see in the horizon pretty much where they want to go and where they're forcing people to go. And most people just think it's a great idea to have everything, no cache, and everything is just, they know everything about you. They know everything what you buy, and in regards of CO2 quota and all that bullshit. And It's just disgusting on so many levels, and of course, I'm sure they can get you this credit score, right? Are you a good person or a bad person compared to the state, what the state thinks about you? And of course, I can most likely already start at minus something because they've collected all the data, of course, and they can put out in regards of, he's against, okay, well, he's a bad person, right? Of course, we are all bad, but compared to the state, they will then decide who is a good person and who is a bad, person. If people are for the state and yippee yay, they can get a good score, right? But if they are against the state and all the tyrannic things that the state does, you can get a bad score, and you might not be able to go with the train or use your credit card or whatever number, whatever to get food or travel or whatever. Anyway, so any case, Absolute Linux was not bad. It was very slick. It was kind of in the direction for sure that I think it's kind of overbloated. It didn't have Sea Monkey or Pale Moon. At least I couldn't find it. You might be able to install it. I couldn't find the thing in regards to the graphics. I could only like 1024 times 768, which I wouldn't really complain about. The problem was that in regards to the installation thing, you can't see the bottom thing, and I saw a video where apparently that's where you can also install and uninstall, I think, but you can't see it because it's only 1024 times 768p, so you can't see the bottom. So, and of course, then some of the Linux distros are unstable, and I did have some, not with Absolute Linux that actually did seem to run pretty good. I don't think I have had any problems with that. But yeah, Absolute Linux was very interesting, or is very interesting. I haven't deleted it. It would have been. It's absolutely interesting. There's he talks about that you can make your own and all that, and that could be interesting. But again, I don't know enough in regards of Linux applications to. Of course, I know in regards to Windows 2000, and I would still need to look into in regards to the menus and try to make it as much as possible Windows 2000, if anything. But that would actually be a good start in Windows, Absolute Linux. Would be a pretty good start if one could fix and sort things out for oneself and all that. It seems to be a pretty good start. It already feels a little like Windows 2000. You have a little of the same thing, the menu feel, and there are some things that is, of course, not, I guess there's a lot of things that is not, but it's still, also in regards of Triskel was actually also pretty good. Running Triskel was not, I could get it to crash in regards to the menu pretty easily. And when you set it up and you just do the settings, and then it would crash and you would need to start over in regards to fixing the settings and all that. But Triskel actually was pretty good as well, and it's very smooth. It's very graphically it seems to be pretty neatly made, right? So it's not so rough. I don't know how much slower it really was. It didn't really feel that much slower, really. It felt actually pretty good. But of course, you can feel it on the Slim client that it's. But again, I found out in regards to, you can boost your CPU and you can boost the graphic cards on it. I just don't understand why Linux wouldn't, out of the box, run at the best possible processor. It just, I don't get it, when you run, at least the Absolute Linux, I think actually he has made it run like the best of the best. He has really made some really good design choices on those levels, and it seems like a guy that at least have some sanity. But I still would. It's still kind of a messy thing with all these applications, and comparing to Crunchbang, you really just have in Crunchbang you have the essentials, right? But anyway, Triskel was another system that I actually also have kind of a liking for. Now, I haven't been allowed on the forum. I was pretty much kicked off that, or not allowed in, because of the name. Oh, it might offend someone, right? Yeah, well, whatever. Same thing with Crunchbang, or Netbunsen, which is a new forum and all that, been banned from that as well. That was kind of the old community of Crunchbang. I guess I also was kicked out of the Crunchbang plus thing and all that. And if I knew more about Linux, it wouldn't be a problem, right? But if you're a beginning person and all that, and still you need a community to learn, right? And if you don't have a community, it's hard to you search out for things and all that, but it's kind of nice to actually have a community to ask questions about the thing that they also are in regards to the system, right? So that's kind of an issue as well. But pretty much if I'm back to Crunchbang in some sense in regards of they did allow me on one of the systems I actually thought would be nice, right? Or would be one of the was set to be in regards of lightweight systems and all that, but it felt way too heavy and it wasn't really to my liking. But they allowed me on the forum, so I wasn't banned on that. So that was a plus. You kind of want to see if they want to accept you on the forum, because if they don't want to accept you, you don't have any help to go to, right? And that's also the issue I have here in regards of Crunchbang plus is Crunchbang was the system that I, after a lot of time many years ago, was turning to, and I felt it was, when you begin to set it up, it becomes wonderful. When you begin to fix everything as you wanted, and it feels, I just feel more at home in Crunchbang than these other systems. And again, there's not all this unnecessary nonsense. Although Crunchbang I guess I tuned it, so maybe that had would make it better. Apparently, Crunchbang, this version I had on the USB, also had this issue of running. There's this Guardian thing in regards to the processor, of a 3 gigahertz processor doesn't just run 3 gigahertz all the time. You have all this sparing of things, of nonsense and all that these days, and so more to set up and more to fix and all that. And apparently Crunchbang, of this version of Crunchbang at least, was set to have this sparing mode already, and I'm already sitting on a slim client that kind of and it's not getting too hot either. It's like I've tried to press this system with maxing out the graphic and maxing out the CPU, and I can't even get it to reach 60 degrees. I figure got to 55 degrees or something like that, and it doesn't even have the extra metal piece on it that is actually in this metal piece fixes to the cooling thing. So this would also work as a cooling, as I understand it. They have these flat things, so it fixes to the metal. So this would also work as a heating thing and all that, or whatever it's called. But even without it, it's just 55 degrees. It's nearly nothing, and the CPU first down throttles, as far as I know, 105 degrees. So according to Intel, it seems that the CPU should handle 105 degrees without, of course you wouldn't like to have it up there, but it should be able to handle it without down throttling, or without, because it first down throttles, so I guess Intel must, have kind of Whatever the case, you're never going to go up there. You could overclock this if possible 20%, I think, without any issues, which would kind of be nice when it's so slow. And you would be nice with some more power behind the thing, but you don't have the settings. But you do have the settings of the software tuning or software. I need to pee. But yeah, you do have the thing of the software. I'll just go out and pee. Oh, must take the. But you have the software. You have the software tuning where you can do a good amount to actually, to give it some more juice, right? And you can do it on the CPU and the graphic department, and that's great. So far so good, right? But I don't understand why they would start out with this nonsense. Why would they start out with this? I guess it's all this green bullshit of, the machine uses like 3 to 7 watts, right? Standard. And of course, if you tune it a little more, okay, it can, maybe come a little up, but, give me a break. It's just, give me a break. Sometimes I can reach 11 watts, tuning it to the maximum, right? And again, the degrees on it, and there's no fan on it and all that. So I guess, other machines might want to do this, or, I just don't understand why the makers of Linux wouldn't want the users to have the most pleasant experience with the system, instead of getting this, hitting a wall of, saving power and saving this and saving that, instead of, do you like buy a 3 gigahertz or 4 gigahertz because you wanted to not use the power? You gotta be kidding me. But anyway, there's this gate thing, whatever it's called, I can't remember. And you can then change the thing, and then it will jump up on the megahertz, which also is kind of a thing I tested out in regards of, you have these where you can see how much CPU is being used, right? But that doesn't really, that's compared to in regards of how much megahertz there is. So that is not to say that it's actually using the full so you have these two, and this just becomes more complex instead of just having one, like 400 megahertz like in the old days, or 500 or 300 or whatever and all that. Just, now it's like moving up and down and up and down and all that, right? And, well, whatever. And it doesn't even do much in regards of at least not on this slim device. It doesn't change much in regards of the usage, and but of course it does make the experience less, if it's slower, then it's kind of, that's not what you want, right? Let's see if we can find the details on what it's called. I think it's called a guard or something. But anyway, I found out Crunchbang was, at least on the USB pin, was also running, this what is it called, energy saving nonsense and all that, and it's just not if you fix the graphic to 750 megahertz and the CPU to the maximum, and it also seems like even if you put it on the maximum, at least on some of the Linux things, it still doesn't max it out, although Absolute Linux actually seemed to be actually better to maxing it out than the other systems that I tried, where I did it myself with different, where you fix it, and I tried to set where the minimum goes beyond, and yet it still didn't want to stay up there. But it absolutely, when you put, let's see here. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm opening this file up in Notepad, and then just everything just, or maybe I shouldn't have Word. Okay, I'm not sure why. This is a text file, so I don't know why Windows wouldn't. It's my. This is the typical bullshit of technology overall. It's the same thing with websites, right? And then you get double space and this and that and all this nonsense, and it just, programmers clearly know how to make totally havoc on sanity. It just apparently there's no standard. Just let's make some more standards apparently, right? I think in regards to the lines, Apple made a new standard, and Microsoft had a standard. Oh, sorry, Megasox, and Linux had a standard. What about just doing the same for the? No, we need to have 3 different whatever. And apparently, I don't know in regards to this text document. It should just be a text document with layers. It has worked on the Linux, but apparently on Windows, opening at least in this application, the Notepad thing apparently just doesn't work with the lines. It's just one big line. I'm so sick and tired of the nonsense of computing or computers. You just sit there and you try and you try to get it to do what you want, and that's you don't really use things. You don't get much time to use things because, and it's unwinnable. I just can't win it. It's a waste of time. These many years, Satan really have wasted my time on so many levels, and this has been a really big one. There's just no sanity to anything at all, and it just becomes worse and worse. It's just going it's been moving the wrong direction for so long. It's just and it doesn't become any better. No one wants to go in the right direction. They want to go in the wrong direction even further, and you can't battle this, or if you try, it's just you lose. There's no way to apparently win this. It's just anyway. So I'm trying to just find my application here to see if I can. Okay, let's see how we have this one. Let's try to open it in this one and see if it actually keeps its spaces. Maybe, probably not, but it's a try, worth a try, right? I don't know why it wouldn't be keeping. Yep, there we go. Notepad to the victory. Apparently, Notepad in Windows 7 couldn't figure that out. Apparently. Anyway, so here we have some of the things. I found a command to find out in regards to the processors, and to find out how much of course you need to do it in the terminal and all that nonsense. Also found a program to find out in regards to the CPU max and the CPU minimum, although that's slightly off, but it's kind of a good, then we have the Intel GPU frequency thing, which you can install the Intel GPU tools, which then you can put it at maximum, and have that running at maximum the graphic. Although I'm not sure if it actually, because the CPU is still being used, I'm not even sure if it's, even if you do it like maxing it out, I'm not sure if it depends on the CPU, how much it actually can do or what, I don't know. But anyway, you can max it out and it doesn't really, it doesn't overheat or anything like that. And you can max both of the things out and it doesn't seem to really do that, it doesn't seem to be taking that much extra of the, in regards of usage. So, but you need to change the governor. There's a governor, apparently, a governor or whatever it's called. and you need to change the governor to performance instead of the standard, which is usually on in regards of saving energy and all that. I didn't see much of a difference overall from when you change the governor. That's the change, but when I try to move the minimum thing and all that, it didn't really seem to do much, at least not on the systems I did it. Absolute Linux seems to be nearly keeping it at the maximum level. I guess they might have done something so it keeps up there at the maximum. The other system seems to sway more, although you can see that it jumps from 500 megahertz to a lot more, so you can, that's at the minimum stage. So and it usually goes up to the maximum when you like see video or something like that. And of course 1080p is just too much for it to handle when it's on the internet. But yeah, I'm like, looking at Crunchbang again, and I'm like, okay, just wait, just get back to Crunchbang, and if I can set something out, I'll if I'm going to use Linux, then I think I'll just go back to Crunchbang and do my best in regards to setting that up, because these other systems, I feel more familiar with Crunchbang, even if it's way over my experience level and know-how. Like the menus, I still have kind of, and where Linux places the applications and all that, I have, it's just still kind of a huge mess for me in regards of Linux. And of course, I don't think I ever will be, I haven't grown up with Linux, and I'm, my brain is too full, and I have so many other things I would like to use my brain for than to learn a whole system again, because I'm overburdened in my brain. I just wanted to go back to Windows 2000, and I still would like to go back to Windows 2000, and I'm still looking into maybe if, in regards to the smallest Linux distribution that there is, maybe you can install that on it, because I can't apparently install Windows 2000 on this device directly. I haven't figured that out. I haven't made the ability to go beyond this blue screen. But you try to go into the installation and it just gives you the blue screen. XP does the same thing. I haven't been able to bypass that, or I tried to sort things out and just couldn't get it to work. So maybe this, and of course this unit was not made for, but still, you should be able to do what you want, right? But I looked on another device that absolutely can run Windows 2000, and maybe I should have started out with that, although it's a little older in regards of its stuff and things and all that, and one would need to look further into trying to sort that out. But it can run Windows 2000, and it's a slim client, although it uses, it says around 15 15 watts, which is kind of a good amount compared to this little device. And of course I still need to have a screen as well. I'm not going to be able to use the computer that much in the home, but sometimes it will be a lot less of a thing, because of the battery needs to charge and all that. So in the winter it will pretty much be impossible with I have 2 solar panels and all that. And in summer it does, all spring, summer, fall. That's a period where it gives okay. It's not too bad as long as you don't use the computing too much, right? You will be able to do a little, at least, not too much, but just a little. If you're going, the idea, of course, is to totally go off grid, go away from all this satanic system overall, and just have whatever I can. I have books and all that, and as long as I have some light, I can read some books, right? And it might actually be freeing to, I'm blocked on all the censorship that is happening on the internet anyway. Is just, you can't get out to people anyway, because you're getting censored, and so it's become totally mainstream. That was the whole thing of getting rid of the TV. It was to get rid of the mainstream bullshit, and now it's just everywhere on the internet, and the control they have, and it's just disgusting. Now, of course, we still have places, right? But mostly people are on these gateways that are controlled by the mainstream, or by the deep state, or to say by the by the Roman Empire. So, by the Satanist and the devil's children, and it's all satanic nonsense is everywhere these days. People love to doing the devil's work. It's not a surprise, like in Nazi Germany and all that, and people just, but you can't speak up, because if you speak up, you get censored, and you get banned, and you get blocked, and you get whatever. So, yeah, so that's just how that's the persecution we have, I guess, in the West for now. Can't speak about things without being blocked, and you gotta be kidding me. It's just there's no free speech anymore, clearly. So yeah. Book burning, lots of book burning, and and again, they made these centers, these platforms popular, and then when they have all the people and it becomes a norm of the people, they control everything. They can just begin to do the depravity, which they clearly have done. Facebook is just so disgusting platform nowadays. It was a wonderful platform in the past, right? And then and of course that's purposely done. You don't want to, if you pushed all the bullshit on people at the beginning, people wouldn't use it, right? If Facebook had been what it is today, people wouldn't have joined up. Advertising and destroying of links, and so much insanity on so many levels. No, I would be out of that place at ASAP. If it had been like it is today, I wouldn't even have. I wouldn't have started using it. Anyone thinking to start using Facebook, and it's just utterly, because look at it. You go in. If you don't have anything invested in Facebook, why then start, right? The problem is when they catch you, right, and you have you used it as a diary these many years. I've used it as a diary mostly, and yeah, that's, and then yeah, but of course it's not usable anymore for me anyway, because I'm always in jail, over 400 days nearly in total. Well, no, sorry, over 400 days. I guess I'm closing to reaching 500 days. I don't have count on it anymore. I got to 400, and then I stopped counting. It's interestingly enough, they haven't deleted my account, but they have jailed me multiple times. So can't talk about things. Oh well, anyway, hate speech and whatnot, and false information they say, and this and that and all that. Even if it was, am I not allowed to speak it? No, yeah, apparently not. But they have an agenda, of course, and they control the information flow, and they control in regards of what gets out to people as well. They have so many ways of disgusting filth. Same thing with YouTube, and many of the other big platforms. They just control, and if you don't say what they want you to say, then you're out. So anyway, okay, I'm on. Okay, I think I got. Okay, I just on the Windows 7 machine here on the desktop here. I'm trying to make some 720p videos instead of the 1080p's on my the question is, where are they? Should be in my users. There we go. And see here, my drivers, my music, my videos. There we go. And here we see it's like 11 videos and all the sounds. Oh my, it has added this 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, give me a break. So I need to edit all of that, away. Annoying. Okay, my keyboard is not working. It's fixed to the other one. Let's see here. Okay. I don't know. It's in another folder, but apparently it just wanted to add it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just give me a break. If it had been in the same folder, I could have understood it, right? But if it's not even in my, so why even added those numbers? Yeah. Well, a little more work for you, right? For the user as usual, right? Click, 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 click. The clicking game of the devil and wasting of time. Anyway, so I made a good amount. Oh, well, I had 11 videos that was still in 1080p, as they call it. Let's see here. And I made them into 1280 times 720p. And the audio should still be the same. I just made it go through, so the video or the audio should be exactly the same. It's only the graphic that is made in a lower resolution, so computers like my slim client can handle it, because it can handle 720p, but it cannot handle 1080 on the internet, only on the computer. So, no. Why is it an M4V file? Why is the... Oh, there we go. Okay, it's just... Okay, it was the VLC. But why is it fixed it into an M4V file and the others two MP4 files? You're gonna be kidding me. Okay, well, just, of course it's the same file format, but it's annoying that why would it change that while the rest of them is correct? I don't know. Try again. There we go. But yeah, it puts the number on it. And yet it puts it in another folder, so why would you need a number on it? I don't know if I can set that up in the settings or something like that. Also had to download an older version. Oh, there we go. Now it works. MP4. Well, it looks pretty good, yeah, it looks pretty good. You can absolutely see the quality is absolutely not bad. And yeah, again, the sound files should be the same. And this, of course, is false. This is not it. It's Sheraran or whatever he's called. This is another guy, and I should actually find... But it has the lyrics. I don't know. Maybe I can find a version that also have that. Yeah, we'll see this one. Oh my soul, and I fixed it like I don't know how. Oh well, I can see here the ones that I had that I made. Let's see if we also save maybe a little. Let's see, that's 524 megabytes. Let's see. Yeah, we have cut it down nearly 100 megabyte. Of course, it's not much of a. Oh yeah, a little. Yeah, I don't think there will be any. This looks pretty good. Yeah. This looks good as well. You know, even you can see the Hebrew Nikuts and all that without any problems. So there's no problem with that. You know, again, if you go over 720p, it's usually in regards of text that is the problem. And there's no problem there either. There's no Nikuts on that. Okay, next one. I don't know if this, but you can still see it at least. I don't know if it's the, if it's just how it is. But you can still see it, so it's not. So let's see the next one here. Yeah, they have like it's kind of small that they have fixed the Hebrew, but still there's no problem in regards of reading it. And that's the last one. So as far as I can see, all 11 are pretty good, and I can upload them with. They should have the same name, so I should be able to just copy them over pretty much. And then everything should be fixed in the music department in some sense. So there's no 1080. It usually have not been a biggie problem, right? But it's you know, when you go to Slim Client and all that, you know, you can feel the difference between 1080 and 720p clearly. Now, of course, I don't know how this will actually work. If this, well, we'll see. You know, let's just upload it and, you know, ruin the files and hope for the best, right? Hope that everything is as it is. Yeah, I think it is. So, where's my FTP thing? I guess it's over here, something like, no. Okay, I'll fix it in. Oh, I need some. Yeah, so, you know, I was thinking in regards of, you know, of course I can't trade on the internet because of all this insanity and going further for the number 666 and all that. So can't trade on the internet for the, you know, I need to have a USB thing, and I could install Crunchbang on it and have a live Crunchbang on it also for the Slim client that I might be able to take with me as well, like in the good old days, and then having portable applications on that as well. But I kind of am in a break on that. The idea, you know, if I go to the library, I might be able to, well, if I can't boot it up, at least I might be able to at least use the portable applications, right? And I've looked into, there seems to be some ways so you can actually run Linux applications on Linux, you know, and I don't know if one could get the portable applications to run from another drive, so I had both possibilities, that would be amazing, right? But that probably have done a lot of things to make that hard to work and all that, and there's probably a lot of hoops that you need to, you know, but that would be great. I know I've had my Bible application work on Linux. I think I used Wine or something like that, and the code. Now it wasn't perfect, but it was at least, you know, usable. But might have come better solutions nowadays. I don't know. So if you had Crunchbang on the OneDrive and being able to boot up, right? And then having it able to actually run the portable applications that you have. Then you have like on the Windows and Linux. That's yeah. You have the tools or your applications. Anyway, it's a continual battle and yeah, one that I feel I pretty much have lost. Like, it just doesn't feel like, there's no point in going on and on and on and on when you just lose, right? Okay, let's see a copy here, and that should make it copy over all those that is already there. They should have the same name now that I've deleted all the numbers. So we now are just uploading those, and as we called it in the sanity days, uploading, right? We're not pushing anything, we're uploading. So yeah, override remote file Hebrew. Why didn't it ask me about the others? They should also have been there for. So why would it only ask me about one file? Let's try to copy here. Yes. I don't understand that. Why wouldn't it actually ask me about the other file? Why would it only ask me about one? I should, all of the files, all that I've made in regards to these files should have, well, we'll see, I guess. Okay, let's go into the player, and I guess it's nearly finished here. There we go. Okay, let's try to, and we can try some of the files that I know wasn't, well, specific one file was very, very bad. Oh, well, this is of course my, well, we can just go into that Linux system, old absolute Linux thing, and try to run some of them from that, I guess. Or I can, of course, fix my Crunchbang. That's also a possibility. Lilo 24.2 loading Linux. No idea what that is, but anyway. And apparently I needed to use Handbrake 1.33 or whatever. That's apparently the last version to support Windows 7. So it's also a zip file. I don't know, that's the safe mode and non-safe mode. I don't know. What else? Zip files here. I guess we can download that as well. And we'll download the safe mode, but I think we need a portable of the applications. But there's no 32-bit version of this apparently. There's only 64-bit version. You have like 1.3386 Win GUI safe mode, but this is like Win GUI and Win 86 Leap. I don't know. It's like Win 33 safe mode, but no, maybe that's not no GUI. Well, we have to have the GUI version. In regards to the graphical something, Win GUI. Oh, then we have a Win GUI as well, Handbrake. Okay, we want the GUI version for sure. But I guess it's probably not portable. Still probably needs, yeah. Anyway, so let's open Vivaldi apparently. I still don't understand why I wouldn't have Pale Moon or Sea Monkey. This other poppy thing had Pale Moon and Sea Monkey, and those are the two browsers that are the closest to good old days, so I don't know why they would have these like Firefox and Chrome and all that instead of Sea Monkey or Pale Moon, like Poppy have. Anyway, let's see here. Oh, we need the keyboard. Let's see if it now works in regards to running some of these. It should have become a lot better now. Well, it should be able to run it now. Let's like say it like that, I guess. Okay, so let's see. Yo, no, yeah, something, yeah. I can't even remember. Yeah, something. Oh, my brain is burned off. It's fried. It's fried. Huh. Too much for the brain. Okay, Yavo. Okay, Yavo. Can I see? Oh, wait. Why does it have two? Apparently this bullshit application of Handbrake apparently thinks it needs to change some of the characters. So Hebrew Yavo Aleno Yirid Efet lyrics from generation to generation. Apparently there's a difference in regards of the one letter. Well, I guess we can try to see if we can see which one is the one that I made, right? I think I know which one it has made, but let's see if it's. But that's just, why would it change the characters? You know, from small to big. It's just disgusting. These stupidities. It just continues with the stupidities, you know. Did the user ask for it? You know, no, it's just one of these disgusting, filthy, bullshit things that you need to use time. Why would it do that? Because the world is full of satanic programmers that are full of garbage, you know. So it changed, apparently, some of the things to big capital letters. And it seems to work now with my thing. You can still see that the computer has a little, you know, it's not totally, but it's working. It's not stopping. It's not. It is running without any glitches. But I'm sure if I look in regards to the usage of the CPU, it's probably. Why do we have the CPU thing in this system? Do we have like system information, like running processes, they call it? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we have some problems here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's when the video is shown, it's pretty much on the maximum, which is not a surprise. I'll have something at the top. Okay, we can see the usage down here. Okay, show high, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, so it's up there. There's a lot of things going on in the video as well, right? But it's working, you know. Okay, let's try the next one. This is the old one as far as I know. Yep, it's already breaking. It's yeah, it's breaking. It can't handle it. But apparently this bullshit application wanted to apparently to make the letters into capitals, so now I need to sit and fix that as well, right? Because why? Well, because bullshit, that's why, you know. And it's just, this is the continual thing of computing. You just think that, you know, you take the copy, you all these numbers, that's another bullshit thing, right? Because you're fixing it to another folder, so why even put numbers on it? So that's the first thing, right? But not only that, you remove the numbers, right? And then you find out it also has fixed the text. It has changed the text to capital letters. You gotta be kidding me. Why would it do that? Why in the world would it do that? Now, this one has only one different capital letter. It's actually interesting. Well, the new file is only 3 megabyte smaller, which is kind of, when you think about it, because I put it to a much intense compression, and yet only 3 megabytes is gotten on that one. But anyway, let's delete. Let's see. Actually, the old one seems to actually be smaller than the new one. That's incredible. How is that? I don't know why. Apparently, the program, well, actually the new one is 3 megabyte bigger, this one. Anyway, we'll delete this one. And we'll take this one and rename it and put it into we need to get keyboard here. But yeah, this is the typical nonsense that and it shouldn't be necessary. Why did the application in any form think that it was a good idea to change the name of the file in regards of, you know, from small, you know, to big, you know, to big, you know. And this is the continual bullshit that you see all around with computing these days. You just want it to do, you know, sanity things, and yet there's no sanity. Because apparently programmers think that insanity is just the best thing to do. And when all these programmers just can't keep to sanity anymore, you get into these issues all the time. Yeah, all the time. So anyway, so that's apparently the reason why it didn't do it, why it didn't just copy them over and replace the files, apparently. Because the files are now, you know, and there's the difference between one that has big letters compared to one that has small letters, apparently, you know, regardless of. So next one is the Song of Moses. So I need to go through them all, I guess, you know. Yeah, now we have 2 in regards of Moses. Of course, here it actually changed 3 letters from small to big capital letters. Apparently the application thinks that every single word that is, you know, every single word in the line apparently has to have capital letters. Apparently he thinks that's the way to do it. Getting so sick and tired of the nonsense. So which one is the new and which one is the old? Well, the one that is lower capital letters have the 3 lower capital letters. Oh, I'm getting so sick and tired of the bullshit. And yeah, it's all the time. An ever-ending madness. An ever-ending madness of absolutely insanity and continual nonsense. Let's see if we can fix it here somewhere. Well, that's not going to. Yeah. So we have two videos of that as well, and set to like English, the Song of Moses Part 1, right? Set to music, other parts out there, right? Now actually five letters. That is just thought about, you know. I don't know, if I just stop complaining and just, you know, but this is the thing, right? All the time. This one as well, apparently. This, I believe. Okay. It seems like it has. Okay, which one is the one? I don't know which one is the one of these two, but anyway, let's see here. See this I believe. Let's see. This I believe. How many megabytes is it? 7.88. Okay, so this is the new one, and this is the old one. No. Yeah, of course, this is, okay, where's my other folder? My videos, there we go. Yeah, so this is the new one. Interesting, that's also bigger than, but overall it should still be 100 megabytes less, but that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes things get bigger and sometimes things get smaller. Okay, let's take the first one, the Song of Moses. The Song of Moses. There we go. That's the first one, right? And we need to. Which one is the new one? 25.3. That's actually 25 megabytes smaller, this one. So that's pretty good. But again, why did it change? You know, like, it changed all the, every time a word starts, you know, it changed to small to big. Why in the world would it do that, you know? Just because it's bullshit, you know, that's why. I don't know if that's a feature in the options or something like that, not to change, you know. It's just bullshit. Out of the box, it shouldn't be like that, you know. It's just disgusting filth, to say the least, you know. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't know if I can just make the same name. No, probably can't. You know, probably need to fix an O and then delete it, and then, yeah. And we'll delete this one. And then rename this one, and I don't think it will just override it. Yeah, okay. Next one. This is 8 megabytes, so this is a little bigger. So this is the one. This I believe. Okay, and this is lyrics not. Okay, so we can delete this one. Just, you know, and then of course, yeah, let's shrink small letters instead. I'm not satisfied. I'm absolutely not satisfied. I'm very, very annoyed about the bullshit. Here we have another one. What wondrous love is this, right? And which one is here? How much? It's 33.7, the new one. So this is the new one. And what is the difference? Well, it changed one single letter into a capital letter. One single letter. And then of course, because it's a different letter, you know, it doesn't, you know. And the next one, that's German M3, so that's, which would be pretty easy to. What in the world? So here it changed a capital letter to a small letter. Because I guess that's just what it. I'm not satisfied. And it changed a small letter to a big letter. Why did it, why? Why? Because programmers are bullshitters. Programmers are under the spell of the devil. I talked to one of these programmers, right? And not long ago, and talking about, that software should be as free as, and then he went into this, maybe he should make it further in regards to the system, attached to the system. And I'm like, why would you even want to do that, right? I'm sitting here and telling you, in regards to freedom and the people and all that, and then you want to go in the total opposite direction, and you even want to, it's just, what's wrong with people, They don't, you would think that they would be interested in freedom, right? And yet, and yet, when it, they get so demon filled, demonic, full of demons, so they rather wanna, you can see they wanna go in the other direction, and it's just so disgusting. I hear it. Why? So here it changes, things that is capital to small letters and small letters to. It's just, give me a break. Just, one issue after another that just shouldn't be there, and yet it is there, and it just doesn't make things easier. Again, sitting here and why am I even sitting here and needing to do this? 11 times I need to sit here, pretty much. Well, besides one file that might actually have copied over, right, and actually did what I wanted it to do, right? Because why? Well, I'm sick and tired of it, Absolutely sick and tired of this. You can sit here and do this and that and whatever and all that, right? And computing doing exactly the opposite of what you expect of it, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse, as it is in our days. Just absolutely insanity. Computing took the totally opposite direction of what it should. On so many levels. Very sad. I'll just delete this one and rename. There we go. It was smaller than the file that was before that, so that's great. I think around 10 megabyte. So then we have the next Adon, that's Hebrew. Adon, yeah, we have 2. And of course it changed. Are you a little tired of things? Yeah, I'm a little tired of things. Just a little. Properties. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, that's 6 of them or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5, 4. 5 files left. Yeah, not satisfied. Not satisfied at all. Here we go. That's 2 again. Right. What did it do? Change this one to. Yep. And we have it's removed 10 megabyte. So that's not bad. Again, sometimes it goes one way and sometimes it goes another way. So there we go. And there's one more file. Next one, have mercy. Yeah, there we go with 2. What has it changed here? Yeah, a small letter to a big letter. Yeah. Typical bullshit. A little smaller. 8.86. Here, 8.86. Yep. And the next one, Yavo. Okay, Yavo. There we go. I think I sorted that out right. Yeah, I guess 84. Yeah. So that's sorted out. And I have the next one. Wait, what? Oh no, that's wrong. Okay. There we go. One has to change that again to a big capital letter. Isn't it wonderful, right? Just wonderful. Just wonderful. Isn't it just wonderful? Okay, let's delete this. And we have it's a little smaller. It's not much. We have the last one. Let's go for the last one. Shema Yitzrael. Okay, let's see here. Well, I guess that was the one that it probably made correctly. At least there's only one file, so 5.69. 5.69. Let's delete these, and maybe I should have checked them before actually, but anyway, I can check them on the media player. So great, we got it. So now all the songs at least should be 720p, so now they at least should be playable. And I need to pee again. Well, that was nice. I've been drinking too much juice and okay. So that was the 11,080p that is now fixed to 720p. So I don't know. So that should be done, and yeah. So far so good, right? 11 files fixed. I don't know if there's any other in the video player that is 1080p. I haven't checked it. I do have a good amount of files, but a lot, there's a good amount of the old files, so they are lower than 720p. So that's kind of not a problem. I don't want them to be bigger than 720p, at least not without a reason, If it's some kind of text or something like that is not readable in 720p, that would be a place where you could step it up, right? But usually 720p is mostly you know, really good. You know, it's not bad. You know, it's just you don't need any more. You can usually see, you know, it's usually pretty good quality. So okay, we pretty much fixed that, and I guess 100 megabyte less on the server, which, you know, whatever. We could copy the. I don't know if there's any other. Well, at least this is sorted out. See a folder, and the sound and all that should be the same, as it didn't change the sound file. So yeah, let's move this over here, and what's the video encoder? I don't remember. Downloaded it somewhere. Oh well. Anyway, let's see. Properties is probably pretty big. I should download the whole media, and I guess, well, I do have. Well, let's just download it, and let's see if I have enough space. And I should just, well, 70 gigabyte is probably not enough for the media files. I'm not totally sure how big it is, but properties, it doesn't really say how much. Kind of like maybe like this, and properties doesn't really give me how big it is. Duplicate, rename, copy, properties. Well, properties doesn't give me anything. Empty. Might have some files I can get rid of here. And we'll have this performance. We also have these copies of yeah, XP home now. Well, yeah, anyway. Yeah, let's just delete those. And this one as well. Should be giving me double driver or whatever. Let's just delete that as well. Total AV, not sure what that is, some kind of password, whatever. We can delete that as well. And pass mark. Performance test, okay, we can delete that as well. Okay, so how much space do we have? Well, if we can get those files here, mix songs, rapid mark, we can delete that as well. I wonder where I put those files. Okay, maybe we can see it with a time breaker. Let's see here. Do we have like the space of where they are from? No. Oh, apparently. Well, these are the files. Well, anyway, we can let me just take this and oh, we need the keyboard. So the first one is the Song of Moses, pretty much. That will be one of them. There's probably some, you know, movies that might be 1080 that, you know, again can, or some of the videos that might be a little big. So I can fix them down to 720p. English, the Song of Moses. What's that? Well, I guess I can search for it. The Song of Moses. There we go. Hmm. Another thing with that to app mixer. Yeah, okay. Oh. No, it's not. Okay, see here. There you go. There you go. Yeah, when you think about it, it's a little speaker, right? I just can't even figure out in regards to what direction it's laying, right? Well, when you think up, it's a very small speaker, you know. And it's nearly at the point of well, anyway, the CPU is maxing out, not a surprise already. Although there's not really any, there's an image, right? But it's not one of these biggies. It doesn't change much in regards to the video. Yeah, it's pretty much maxing this system out on the CPU level. So that's how it is to run a old slim client. The next one is this, I believe. It's incredible how big it actually is in regards to the Song of Moses, because it has a lot of the same. Oh yeah, actually that became a lot smaller. That's true. I'm sitting with the old files here. I had like a folder with all these songs. Let's see, handbrake in regards to the preference. Can we like output files? Automatically name output files? No. Always use the default path for each new name. Default. When enabled, the auto name generates a new file. It will use the default path. When disabled, it will use the path in the destination box in the main window. I'm not sure what that. Available options, source path. Always use the default path for each new name generate. I don't know. Append number, no. Well,